Hi, I'm Kinga and I'm one of the new contributors for Literary Gladiators in 2023. I'm 20 years old, I'm from Poland, the country, not the little city somewhere in the US, and I study journalism at Warsaw University. Currently, I'm in my second year. I have loved reading since I've learned how to do it, and since then I was also engaged in many fandoms like Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and with Percy Jackson I participated in a blog called rickriordan.pl from Poland, and there I posted my fanfiction, and later I read many comments where people commented and criticized and complimented people who wrote those fanfictions, and from there I learned quite a lot about writing in general. In 2016 I've discovered Booktube, and not to be dramatic, but it changed the trajectory of my life. I'm exaggerating, but also not really. I have watched people like Booksplosion, Emma Books, A Clockwork Reader, later Fictional Fates and Pages with Haley, and they have been my favorite booktubers. And I've been inspired by them to make my own booktube channel, which I finally did last year, around October. And since then I have been continuously making videos of general booktube content, wrap-ups, book hauls, vlogs, also some experimental videos. My favorite project is definitely reading my friends' favorite books. So I do have a booktube channel which is entirely in Polish. It's called Sercem w ksiazkach, which would translate to by heart in books, something like that. It encapsulates my love for reading because I put my entire heart in the books that I read. Okay, I think that's enough about me. And now, why did I decide to join Literary Gladiators? Firstly, it was gratitude towards Josh, who first reached out to me when I created my booktube channel and then continued to show his support, writing mails to me or writing comments, which has been extremely nice and encouraging because, well, the videos are in Polish, so it's firstly hard to understand, and secondly, it's insane to feel that support from someone from so far away. Secondly, it was a great opportunity for me to grow and create different videos with a completely different audience in mind, and for me to experiment more with the videos that I make. So I thought that this would be a very exciting idea, and I cannot wait to show you guys what I have in store. For me, it's just very exciting to do something out of the norm, and also to finally speak about books in English, because when I first started thinking about it, I was thinking about making an English booktube channel because I have been watching English booktube, and I have been very engraved in this English-speaking world of social media, including the bookish ones. So I have always been concentrated on the English-speaking media, but then I discovered that in the Polish booktube there's too little queer people, and I've decided to fill that little hole and give gay little kids a little bit more gay pride. You know, it kind of has been my mission to promote queer literature and also liberal views on the Polish side of booktube, because there really hasn't been that much, so that's why I'm primarily making booktube videos in Polish, but I'm still very much thinking about that English channel, and Literary Gladiators is a first step to it, and I think it will be very fulfilling for me. As for the books that I like to read, there's definitely literary fiction, fantasy, and young adult, especially queer young adult. I also like to read classics, sometimes I read poetry. In general, I like to read almost all the genres, maybe with the exception of horror, because that's a little bit too scary for me, but I like to experiment with my books, and that's what I will try to also incorporate on Literary Gladiators, but we will talk about that later. But when it comes to more technical aspect of things, I need characters to grow attached to and with deep psyche, because if I can't really enjoy the characters and their character arcs, then I won't really enjoy the books. Plot isn't that important to me, but writing definitely is, and also language that the author uses. This is very interesting when I read translated books, especially translated young adult, because often translators have such a difficulty with translating slang and words that are used in the spoken language, and it's so funny, very often cringy when they try to translate it into Polish. For example, words like bestie, it's terrible when they try to make it more Polish because it's usually terrible and very cringy. So that little linguistic perspective is something that I want to focus on, since I read mostly translated fiction, because most of the books we have in Poland are actually translated from the English language and also from French or Japanese. But in general, most of the books that we have are translated. So while it's so rare for translated books to be very big in the United States or UK or Australia and Poland and most of Europe, it's actually very usual. So I think that will be an interesting perspective also for you as the viewers. For the videos that I would like to make for this channel, I want them varied. For example, one tag video, maybe one discussion, one vlog dedicated to some book, and definitely a reading challenge video where I will read 4 books written by Polish novelists, because there's like 4 of them, so it will be fine. And then I will maybe rank them and tell you which ones are worth reading and which ones are too boring, maybe a little bit too Polish, not too interesting for a wider audience, and why do I think that they won the Nobel Prize in literature, because other Nobel Prizes don't really interest me. I'm also thinking about making one vlog dedicated to Dedo by Bolesław Prus, which is the greatest Polish classic in my opinion, and maybe going through the footsteps of Stanisław Wokulski, the main character, and showing you some pieces of Warsaw and other places that he has been in. So that will be a little bit of a get to know the country video, but also connected to the book. So that's an idea. Actually, I just came up with it, so we will see whether that will work, but I will come up with exciting ideas, at least exciting for me. I want to incorporate a little bit of Polish or in general translated books, so that you have a little bit of a different perspective, and maybe you will hear about completely new books. So I think that will be a very valuable thing that I can introduce you to. And when it comes to the frequency of the videos that I will make, they will appear every quarter, starting from January on the 4th Friday of the month. So January 28th, I think, and then 3 months later, until October, I think. I'm not that good in math, but generally speaking, every 3 months there will be a new video from me. And that's all that I wanted to tell you in this video. I hope that you're maybe half as excited as I am to participate in this project, and that you will look forward to my videos, but also to the videos of other contributors. I cannot wait to start working with the team and to actually make those videos, and I'm just waiting for 2023 to kick in with new energy, new videos, and new exciting stuff that will come from Literary Gladiators. And that will be all from me. I wish you a nice reading month and see you in the next video. Bye.